In 2019, approximately 355 construction workers died and almost 20,000 were injured as a result of falls at the job site. Falls top OSHA's Fatal 4 Causes of Construction Deaths, and duty to have fall protection is the standard most cited with the highest penalties by OSHA. The key steps to preventing falls can be broken down into project planning, providing proper equipment, and providing effective training. Ensure responsibility for each of these steps is assigned to competent persons. Employers must plan projects to ensure that the job is done safely. Begin by deciding how the job will be done, what tasks will be involved, assess the hazards, then select and provide equipment and training that is suitable for that work. During this training, we'll review many of the OSHA Subpart M construction standards that address the use of guardrails. 1926.501 Duty to have fall protection. This section sets forth requirements for employers to provide fall protection systems. OSHA addresses fall protection in 1926-501b1 unprotected sides and edges. Each employee on a walking working surface with an unprotected side or edge which is 6 feet or more above a lower level shall be protected from falling by the use of guardrail systems, safety net systems, or personal fall risk systems. This is often referred to as the 6-foot fall rule. Each employee working near wall openings, where the distance to the next lower level is 6 feet or more, and where the wall opening is 30 inches or more high and 18 inches or more wide, and the bottom edge of the opening is less than 39 inches above the floor, is exposed to a fall hazard and must be protected. In this example, lumber can be secured across openings, effectively completing a guardrail to eliminate this fall hazard. Guardrails can also be used to keep workers from falling into holes or openings in roofs, decking, or floors. All fall protection required by OSHA 1926-501 must conform to the criteria set forth in 1926.502. This includes guardrails, which are defined in 1926.502b. Guardrail top rails height range must be 42 inches plus or minus 3 inches from the top of the rail to the floor. Mid rails are mounted halfway between top rail and deck, approximately 21 inches to the floor. Toe boards must be a minimum of 3.5 inches high and secured within 1/4 inch of the floor. Whenever there's a possibility for objects such as tools and materials to fall on workers below, guardrail systems must include toe boards and/or screens to prevent objects from falling from higher levels. Screens must be high enough to prevent stacked materials from falling, and any openings must be small enough to prevent passage of falling objects. Guardrail systems must be capable of withstanding without failure a force of at least 200 pounds applied in any outward or downward direction at any point along the top edge. Mid-rails must be capable of withstanding without failure a force of at least 150 pounds. Toe boards must be secured, fastened in place, capable of withstanding a force of 50 pounds applied in any direction. Subpart M Appendix B contains design and material selection guidelines to assist in complying with guardrail strength requirements. Guardrail system components selected and constructed in accordance with Appendix B will be deemed to meet the strength requirements. Perimeter safety cable guardrails are often used during the construction of steel frame buildings and installed as soon as the metal decking is installed. Cable guardrails must comply with OSHA Subpart R steel erection standard as well as the guardrail requirements in 1926-502. Check for wire rope that is correctly tensioned and will not deflect below 39 inches when loaded. High-vis flags are required every 6 feet on the top rail. A 1/4 inch minimum cable diameter is required. Secure splices and connections. No sharp edges or frayed wire. Additional rules on guardrail systems to be aware of include safe surface of rail materials, no steel or plastic banding used for rails. For guardrails to be effective, continuity of protection is essential. Until guards are fully in place, assembled, or repaired, tie-off is required in these areas. Access openings in the guardrails must be provided with either a swing gate, chain guard, or so offset that a person cannot walk in a straight line directly through the opening and must turn a corner before passing through the opening. OSHA 1926-503A addresses training requirements. Require all workers to become familiar with job site safety rules. Employee training must include how to recognize fall hazards at the job site and procedures to be followed in order to minimize these hazards. Refer to the user manual supplied with your fall protection equipment for proper use and inspection information. Ensure to include this info in employee training. Prepare a signed training certificate to document fall protection training and retrain employees to accommodate changes in the workplace and when lack of knowledge or skill is indicated. The employer must provide frequent regular inspections of the job site for unsafe conditions and activities. This should include your guardrails. Document your inspections and any corrections made. Once you've identified a hazard, corrected it, you're not really done until you investigate and understand why it happened and take steps to ensure it does not happen again. Lastly, the National Safety Stand Down to Prevent Falls this year is scheduled for May 3rd to the 7th. The stand down is a voluntary event for employers to talk directly to employees about safety. Any workplace can hold a safety stand down by taking a break to focus on fall hazards and reinforcing the importance of fall prevention. It can also be an opportunity for employees to talk to management about fall and other job hazards they see.